I purchased a sunscreen at the recommendation of Dr. Park for my award-winning, honestly, more than a dog. He's more like a child to me. He's really my whole world. And
okay, I get that. I understand. I have one of those at home.
Yeah. Mine's a Chinese crested. I hope that yours is as adorable as mine.
He's an Australian Labradoodle, and he is pretty darn cute. Let's talk about your dog. That's why we're here today. So, Dr. Park, I understand you're also a veterinarian?
Yes.
Okay.
Over 10 years.
Perfect.
No complaints before
have
this.
Prince been your patient for a long time?
Yes, I've been treating him regularly past couple of years, annual checkups, semi-annual checkups.
So you're the
before big
primary
shows.
vet?
Yes.
True?
Yes.
Okay, so then just tell me what happened, Ms. Harper.
Absolutely. So Prince and I have been traveling across the country, going to dog shows. Prince is actually an award winner at multiple dog shows. So before the shows, we like to go to Miami, travel from my hometown of Pensacola.
Oh, look how cute he is. He's a fancy doggy.
He really is. So I told Dr. Park about the trip, and he recommended, because of Prince's desire to sunbathe on his R&R trips to the resort prior to the shows, you know, to ensure that he was well protected, he gave him this sunscreen. But
have you ever used sunscreen on your dog before?
I have not.
Okay, so this is the first time.
This is the first time.
Okay.
So while we were at the resort, you know, we were getting ready to go to the pool to continue our relaxation. I gave Prince his typical primping with the shine spray for his lovely hair on his head and tail, and then rubbed the sunscreen all over his body.
Okay.
While we were at the pool, I noticed that Prince was scratching really aggressively.
Okay.
And that's when I noticed that he had the rash all over.
So this is the picture, right?
Yes.
And you say you have sunbathed with Prince frequently before?
Yes, before every show.
So this was a regular occurrence and no other breakouts before. Did you ever use a sunscreen on Prince? I asked that, but I'm going to ask it again.
Yes, I've never used a sunscreen.
Okay, so he was used to sunbathing, no issues, except for this time. So what did you do immediately?
Immediately, I checked his temperature to make sure he was okay physically, but I looked up emergency veterinarians in the area to make sure I can get Prince seen as soon as possible. So we went to the emergency vet where they prescribed him a steroid injection. So I'm giving you a picture of Prince at the vet with his rashes, and then the receipt from the vet, because the vet bills add up, you know, with the steroid injections. And unfortunately, because of this breakout, we were supposed to leave for the dog show in Durham, North Carolina 2 days later. And obviously with this breakout, we could not make it to the dog show. So I lost the $1,000 entry fee for the show, as well as my $600 hotel bill, my $2,500 of flights. And then we went back to the vet in Pensacola as well, because Prince still needed additional steroid injections. So the vet bills totaled $4,000.
Okay, so the vet bills were $4,000. Did you get credit for the flights?
No,
Like,
I
could you use
didn't.
it? Not. And what about the entry fee to the contest?
It's non-refundable, you know, especially with the short time beforehand that I had to cancel. I couldn't do anything about it.
All right. So then you called Dr. Park and you told him this is what happened to Prince?
I did. I called Dr. Park and told him about Prince's breakout. Dr. Park was insistent that it could not have been the sunscreen, that it was a holistic, natural ingredients, which is why I've gone to Dr. Park in the past. But when I told him that there was nothing new that I was using, he wouldn't hear it. And
How long have you had this sunscreen or out for your patients to sell, Dr. Park?
Your Honor, by the way, it was a 10-second phone call at most. She was
Okay.
yelling at me in hysterics, and she hung up on me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional.
It's kind of embarrassing. But the first time I went on a trip after adopting my cat, I was sobbing like a baby the first night being away from her, like a mother and her newborn. So I understand this idea that this is her baby. Now, she used this sunscreen that the veterinarian recommended. The dog had a massive breakout, and that resulted in a lot of money lost for her. Honestly, I feel like she's pretty valid in her upset to the veterinarian having recommended something that that cost her this much money. But I feel like the veterinarian is coming at it from a, well, I'm a professional standpoint, when in reality, doctors and veterinarians are not immune to making mistakes. They don't know everything. They are human just like us. So yeah, this could have been a bad call on his part, especially considering that the dog seemingly had been laying in the sun dozens of times before with no issue. It almost seemed a little unnecessary. So it makes sense that she would be this upset and suing the guy for thousands of dollars.
This sunscreen is part of my new product line.
So was she one of the first customers
No,
to
no,
use
no.
it?
I tested on myself. I tested on other clients
Okay.
with the waiver.
Okay.
And so once that was fully released, and this
Okay.
is like family to me. I see
Okay.
these pictures, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I recommended the sunscreen. It's safe. I have lab tests.
Did you test it? Yeah, go ahead and
Independent lab test that says
Go
it's
ahead
all
and give
safe.
Sandra all of that. So, what was the sunscreen made of? I know what it was made of, but I need you to explain to me how you came up with the formula.
Well, it's not a secret. There are other sunscreens out there. And again, I specialize in holistic natural remedies.
I understand that.
So the active ingredient here is coconut oil. There's 3 other main ingredients:
Yep.
aloe vera, chamomile. I'm
Shea
sorry,
butter.
I'm blanking. Shea butter, exactly.
You don't believe it was your sunscreen that caused him to itch like this?
Unless it was like a fluke case, because every other client I've had similar hairless breeds, short hair breeds, no issues. Rave reviews. It's my top seller.
Interesting, okay. But the problem I'm having here is that Miss Harper said that she put on the sunscreen and within minutes, like literally minutes of him being outside, he started to get red patches.
Right.
So cause and effect.
Sure.
Sunscreen, sun, patches. So we know that dogs can be allergic or very sensitive to a combination of everything, but particularly coconut oil, aloe vera, shea butter, and chamomile. I mean, that's, for me, that would be a great comp, but for a dog, I mean, you say it was tested by a lab. Have you ever used aloe vera, chamomile, shea butter on your dog, Prince?
Not that I can think of.
Never, like not one of them alone or a combination of some?
There's probably shea butter in his regular moisturizer that I use, in preparation for the shows.
Okay, so then maybe you've used shea butter but never any issue, right? So Ms. Harper claims that within minutes of putting your sunscreen, that she goes downstairs with Prince and he gets in the sun, that's when he immediately starts getting really itchy. I mean, you're a vet. I'm just saying, you even said that he was a little kind of like out of sorts, not very.
I mean, was it a couple of minutes though? I can't believe anything that's coming out of your mouth.
Why?
That photo.
She was lounging at the
pool.
She's your customer that's been your customer for how many years, did you say?
5 years.
5 years.
And I always recommend that they patch test this product.
True, right?
You don't just slather it on.
Did you patch test the product?
I did not, Your Honor.
Because I can't cross-check what else she's had on the dog.
She said
Right, for
just
instance-
that.
Well, are you leaving something out? She put.
I did put the conditioning spray in his hair that I
Okay,
used.
but
It's
that
not
was the hair,
conditioning.
that
It's
was
not
not the
conditioning
skin.
spray. It's a chemical. It's harsh. It's a lot of irritants.
So listen, it's just your sunscreen may not work for every single dog. And maybe the combination of all of those ingredients or just one of it in itself caused him to react this way, right? What can we do? That's the thing, right? That your sunscreen maybe wasn't best for Prince.
Oh, so now he's saying that it's his product. Now his emotional reaction is definitely making a lot more sense. I feel like the way he's responding in this case is really not shedding any kind of good light on him, because he went from being, oh, I'm so emotional that the dog is like that because it's like family to me, and then basically saying that the plaintiff is lying through her teeth and that he can't believe a word that comes out of her mouth. All because she's upset that her dog had a serious reaction to the sunscreen that he made and lost out on thousands of dollars.
Did you try to talk to her, try to tell her, well, did you do this? Did you do that?
I told her. She called me. She was hysterical, yelling at me. I didn't get a chance to even talk. She hung up on me. Next thing I know, I'm all over social media as like the worst veterinarian alive. Hashtag boycott Dr. Park.
Is that true, Ms. Harper?
I did tweet about my experience with the sunscreen. You know, I have a lot of followers that are also dog parents.
Yeah, but is that the right thing to do? Why is social media always the best friend here? it is clear that it was a sunscreen that caused the reaction to Prince, right? It has to be clear. Within minutes, he started itching, he started getting the red patches, he started being very tired, very lazy. You said he even started sneezing. Those are all signs of an allergy, okay? Having said that, Mr. Park, you're correct in the sense that she should have taken a higher responsibility and tested it on her very important dog that was going to be in a contest that had won before and potentially could win, right? So she also had a responsibility to take care of her dog, all right? All right, so what I think is fair is that I will reimburse you for half of your vet bills. Your vet bills in total were $4,000. I will reimburse you. I will have Dr. Park reimburse you for $2,000 of those. The rest, the show, the entrance fee, your hotel arrangements, your air flights, that's on you for not being a little bit more careful. Okay, those are the risks of using a brand new product, changing the system before a very important show. Okay, so Dr. Park, I think it's very important for you to, if you knew she was going to be out in the sun, if you knew that, you should have really encouraged her to test it. Okay, but clearly there's something with your sunscreen that maybe you should take a second look at. Okay, so based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim in part in only of $2,000, as I find that the plaintiff was also negligent in the cause of the harm of her own dog. Okay, good luck.
All right.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $2,000.
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all.
This is nonsense. I'm not happy.
Well, nobody's happy in this situation, I guess. I understand what Judge Perez is saying, that she had a level of responsibility about her dog, but I also feel like the vet recommended something that really wasn't necessary. She took the professional's advice, used it on her dog, and it backfired majorly. I feel like she should have gotten the full amount she was asking for. But I'm curious to know your thoughts on this case. Do you think she should have gotten the full amount, or do you think Judge Perez ruled fairly? Do you think that the sunscreen is what caused this reaction, or do you think maybe it could have been something else? I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.